Hi, and welcome to the Shamanic Reiki School. I'm Jena, your host, teacher, mentor, and I want to talk to you today about what's the difference between Shamanic Reiki level 1 and level 2, and how do you know when you're ready to make that transition? So, first of all, the pathway, the lineage, however you want to call it, of shamanic Reiki is going to be different than any other lineage, of course. So it's necessary first to start at level 1. It doesn't matter if you have a shamanic Reiki certification from somewhere else or a Reiki certification from somewhere else. You've got to start at level 1 because what I teach and what I share is going to be different. And that is true of any lineage that you want to learn about. So I also want to share that I recommend that my students also explore other lineages. I have 4 different Reiki Master certifications in completely different lineages because there's always something different, and there's different ways of teaching. So I love learning from different people that have had years of experience, that see things a little different, because they might describe something in a way that just opens up my own understanding and perception of something to be even greater. And so definitely learn from different teachers, take different lineages and courses to help you grow yourself. There should never be this idea or concept that you can just learn like one thing and then that's it. Like, energy is infinite. There is so much to learn about energy. You cannot possibly learn all you need to learn from one person, nor can you learn everything about energy in your lifetime. So there's always more to learn. I definitely recommend opening up that doorway for yourself of learning from several different teachers, not just me. So now that we've got that out of the way, when it comes to shamanic Reiki, I teach things a little different. In our level 1, for instance, I do share some of the symbols that we work with in level 1 because I think it's important as a practitioner to learn to develop a connection to the symbols, to be able to channel that frequency a little bit more easily, and it helps prepare you for the next step. So why shouldn't you learn the symbols in level 1? Now, that's a little different than the traditional westernized Reiki that is taught here today from the Sui Reiki Ryoho traditions. They typically don't share the actual symbols in level 1. They typically wait till level 2. So that's something that makes us a little bit different. I share 2 symbols. One is a traditional Sui Reiki Ryoho symbol, and the other is a symbol that is specifically channeled for the Shamanic Reiki School for this particular class that I share. So no one else knows it unless they've come through my training. So this is what is kind of the preface of what we're learning. So the second symbol that I teach you in that level 1 is one that helps you to connect to spirit guides, animal guides, to be really immersed in this energetic concept of connecting to things outside the space and time, right? We are working with energy. Energy is not linear. Energy is not physically tied to this present moment here and now. So it's important to start developing the concepts and the recognition that we have the capacity, even though we are physical beings, to tune into this etheric realm, which energy just is free flowing, so that we have access to collective consciousness, to things that we can tune into and be able to add into our practice. So level 1 really builds upon your ability to connect to energy, to channel energy, and to really do the inner work that you need, the shadow work. We talk about shadow work and the path of the butterfly shadow worker, and that is a big part of our path. So that the butterfly, of course, is a symbol for transformation. There is that necessary process of having to cocoon and go within the darkness in order to transform into that beautiful butterfly. So that shadow worker aspect is really about going within, doing the inner work so that you can be a clear channel, so that you can step into the practitioner aspect of this work, which is that preparation for level 2. So level 1 is more heavily geared towards your own personal practice, developing practices in meditation and journey work, and learning the difference between meditation and journey work, learning how to travel to these other realms and what realms hold the different information that you can work with in your healing practice. So there are 3 main worlds that we work with in shamanic practices: the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world. And so these worlds are what we journey to, and we experience the energies there that are able to be tapped into for energy work. So level 1 holds all of that. Level 2 is when you step into more of becoming the practitioner. You are growing your ability to intuitively connect to the energy, read and interpret the energy, and understand what is wanting to move through you. So it's really a deepening of your own personal connection. I am a huge advocate on really allowing for the uniqueness of the individual to come through. We all can learn the same energy practices, but it will always look different when you are tuned into your own intuitive connection. And that is really important because you're called to this to share your energy medicine. You're not called to energy practices to practice some cookie cutter template for basic energy healing. No, there is something special with the way that you can connect to and work with energy that is wanting to come through so that you can help people in the way that you are meant to help people. And I think that that is so important. I've had students that are naturally more connected to the medical intuitive aspect of energy healing. That's not my realm. That is not what I do. That's not how I connect or read energy. But that doesn't mean that I can't guide them to deepen that connection within themselves to really foster their ability so that can shine through, because that is where they're meant to work. So I'm not going to shortchange anyone by my own limitations or my own ways of working with energy. I think that it is super important that we all come at this from the aspect that energy is infinite in its potential and possibility. And so your ability to read, interpret, and work with the energy needs to be infinite in its possibility as well. So I try not to allow any of my own personal gnosis around this practice to influence what I teach or how I teach, but rather foster a place of self-empowerment and growth so that you can step into this work the way that it wants to move through you. I believe in that student, teacher, student aspect, right? I'm the teacher, but I'm also the student. I will learn from you in the way that you connect and interpret energy, just as you're learning from me in the things that I am sharing. There is so much to learn about energy. You can never not be a student of energy medicine. So I always remain open to learning more. And that's the beautiful part of this practice, and the core of our teaching here at the Shamanic Reiki School is that remembrance of energy being infinite in its potential and possibility, and to keep opening up to that concept, because there are so many ways in which we limit ourselves and limit our beliefs of energy that sometimes we don't even realize it. So as we come back to that core concept that we teach, it helps us to kind of get out of our own way and allow the energy to do what it is able to do. And that is far beyond anything that we can do physically here. So that being said, our level 2 teaches more symbols to work with, more about working with clients and other people, how to journey with other people, how to journey on behalf of other people, not just yourself, how to connect with the spirit guides and help your client to connect with their spirit guide. We weave in a lot more information in the level 2 that helps with your connection and ability to channel the energetic essence of things. So this is another thing that is unique to what we teach here. In the practice of shamanism, our ability to go into these journeys and trance-like states within the session is part of what makes it different. And so what we journey into these spaces, we need a specific plant medicine, or there's a specific that we're intuitively being called to, but perhaps we don't have it with us. We can ask the energetic essence, the mother essence of that place, and ask for its energy to come into vibration. Ask for its energy to do the work that it needs to do client. That is part of what we do in our energy practice as a shamanic Reiki practitioner. So you are a whole nother level of working with energy that is absolutely amazing. And of course, I'm very centered on earth-based practices and being able to be connected with spirit, believing everything has spirit in a way that we can connect to it to really recognize the connection we have with all things. So I hope that has people around our shamanic classes. We offer a free space. So we have our classes absolutely free to join. And when you connect to our community, you'll have access to free monthly classes. You'll have access to me. I'm on there all the time. I'm posting, I'm sharing content, I'm sharing tidbits of energy healing and education because I love to teach this. This is my heart and my passion. I've been professionally for 20 years and I have for almost. And this is my life. I live it every day. This is not a hobby. This is not a side gig. It has been this for 20 years. So you get that education and background of experience with me, and that's really a lot of these spiritual healing art schools that are out there. Newbies in the field say it's been really disappointing sometimes. I know I've been planning for something because it sounded really good, only to get in there and find that those words absolutely did not come from that teacher. They just had the money to pay someone to do fabulous marketing for them, and I ended up being highly disappointed with the class. So you don't find that here. I do all my own marketing because I believe you need to have a connection with me if you want to learn from me. So I don't try to shroud it in other people's words or ways of saying things. You get me. You get my heart and soul. This is really my deepest connection with everything. And I have been living this journey and working in this field for 20 years full time. And so that wisdom and expertise can't be replaced by book knowledge. I'm sorry, it just cannot. There are so many things I've worked through having to be hands-on in this field that I would have never learned from a book. So I share as much as possible because to me, my job as a teacher is to teach you everything that I know, to bring you to my level of understanding and where I'm at so that you can surpass me. I want you to surpass me. I want you to come back and teach me something. Like that to me that means I have done my job. If I can get you to develop such a good sense of connection and confidence and self-empowerment that you are able to channel things and you are learning left and right because you are connected to the spirit of things and you're able to share what that energy means, I know I've done my job. So that is ultimately what I do and what I teach. So I would love to have you in our community. Like I said, you'll have free classes. I offer monthly classes. I also offer master classes on occasion. And those master classes are going to be more specific, like healing techniques that you can use, ways of connecting or understanding energy, like little tidbits here and there. Plus, you'll have access to all our courses that we offer because we teach more than just shamanic Reiki. We teach crystal courses, channeling with crystal skulls, which is one of my favorite things. In fact, I have one of my little guys over here. He is one of my favorites to work with. So, so there's all kinds of different classes, even spiritual business marketing, because I think it's super important to understand marketing from a spiritual perspective and what we're doing and how we connect with people and being able to share a message that is truly our heart's desire. So I hope that you come check it out. Go to shamanicreikischool.com and that will take you right through our sign up sign up. Sign up. My word has left the building, y'all. It'll take you right through to our sign up page. There we go, sign up page. And it'll ask you a few questions, and those questions become your introduction post. And your introduction post lets us know that you are new to the community, so we can welcome you with open arms. And we have a very supportive community of like-minded people that are on the healing path, that are all about transformation and energy work. So you'll be welcomed right on in. It is its own app, so this is not on social media. You don't have to be worried about being sucked into doom scrolling. This is its own app. So you are free from ads and spam and scammers and all of that nonsense, and you'll just be in a nice, safe, sacred container of those that are all about energy healing. So I would love to have you in there. You can come join us for free. You can get a feel for what we're all about, and you'll have access to the courses whenever you are ready to sign up. That being said, with this Shamanic Reiki School and Shamanic Reiki courses specifically, you do have to start at level 1. So even if you're a Reiki master in a different lineage, you want to go back to the level 1 to learn the aspects of shamanism that are woven in from the way that I teach. So this is going to give you the full picture of how this is navigating forward. So you want to start with the level 1. Take the level 2 when you're ready. Some people are ready right away. Some people need some time to adjust and assimilate to the energetic vibrational shift that they experience with attunement. And when you take the classes, there are already material there for you. You don't have to do anything else. There are already videos in place, and energy is not linear. It's not stuck in the present like we are. So those videos offer attunements, and those energetic attunements are available at any time. So it downloads for you when you are ready for it. And this way you can connect to the energy, you can receive the attunement, and you can do it whenever you want. As an added bonus, one thing that you don't really find in other places is I also offer your ability, once you sign up for the class, to be able to sit in any other live teaching that I do for that level. So if, say, you sign up and you are signing up and you're having to just watch replays of former classes, and then say the next month I'm offering a live class, you get to jump in that live class at no extra cost because you've already paid for it. So you can take that level 1 as many times as you want. And my students know each live class that I teach is always just a little bit different because I allow myself to be intuitively guided when I teach. There are the bare bones, the core parts of the structure that is always taught in my classes, but there are a lot of things that get woven in that are special for the students that are signing up. And I love that my practice and my teaching gets to be connected like that. So it gets to really be in tune with who is showing up to learn. And I think that that is so important. It's a living entity, right? It lives and it breathes and it wants to be what is needed in the moment. And I love that. That is energy, my friends. So this is why I like to offer your availability to come and step into a live class when I have one without any extra fee, because I think that that is good for everyone and it gives you a great refresher. I know sometimes people take these classes and they have good intentions and life gets in the way and they get thrown off their practice and they just want to reconnect. So it's a great way of knowing that you have this connection in this space to come back to. When you're ready to move on to level 2, the same goes. You can sign up and take level 2 after you're done level 1. You can sign up right away. You can wait a couple months. You can wait a couple of years, right? And sign up for that level 2 when you're ready. And if you find like you want to sit into a live class that I have, you can come back and sit in the live class and there's no additional fee. So that is just something I like to offer my students because I think it is super important and you will always get something different. So you get that bonus extra learning something every time you get to sit in a live class. So if you're considering the Shamanic Reiki School, come join the free community so I can say hello. And yeah, I'll see you in there. Bye.